ਸਤਨਾਮ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀਓ। ਸੋਰਠ ਮਹੱਲਾ ਪੰਜਵਾ। ਗਈ ਬਹੋੜ ਬੰਦੀ ਛੋੜ, ਨਿਰੰਕਾਰ ਦੁਖਦਾਰੀ। ਕਰਮ ਨਾ ਜਾਣਾ ਧਰਮ ਨਾ ਜਾਣਾ, ਲੋਭੀ ਮਾਇਆ ਧਾਰੀ। ਨਾਮ ਪਰਿਓ ਭਗਤ ਗੋਵਿੰਦ ਕਾ, ਇਹ ਰੱਖੋ ਪੈਜ ਤੁਮਾਰੀ। ਹਰ ਜੀਓ ਨੇ ਮਾਣਿਆ ਤੂੰ ਮਾਣ, ਨੀ ਚੀਜਿਆ ਚੀਜ਼ ਕਰੇ ਮੇਰਾ ਗੋਵਿੰਦ। ਤੇਰੀ ਕੁਦਰਤ ਕੋ ਕੁਰਬਾਨ ਰਹਾਉ। ਜੈਸਾ ਬਾਲਕ ਭਾਏ ਸੁਭਾਈ, ਲੱਖ ਅਪਰਾਧ ਕਮਾਵੈ। ਕਰ ਉਪਦੇਸ ਝਿੜਕੇ ਬਹੁ ਭਾਂਤੀ, ਬਹੁੜ ਪਿਤਾ ਗਲ ਲਾਵੈ। ਪਿਛਲੇ ਔਗਣ ਬਖਸ਼ ਲੈ, ਪ੍ਰਭ ਆਗੈ ਮਾਰਗ ਪਾਵੈ। ਹਰ ਅੰਤਰ ਜਾਮੀ ਸਭ ਬਿਦ ਜਾਣੈ, ਤਾ ਕਿਸ ਪਹਿ ਆਖ ਸੁਣਾਈਐ। ਕਹਿਣੇ ਕਥਨ ਨਾ ਭੀਚੈ, ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਹਰ ਭਾਵੈ ਪੈਜ ਰਖਾਈਐ। ਅਵਲਿਓਟ ਮੈਂ ਸਗਲੀ ਦੇਖੀ, ਇੱਕ ਤੇਰੀ ਓਟ ਰਹਾਈਐ। ਹੋਏ ਦਇਆਲ ਕਿਰਪਾਲ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਠਾਕੁਰ, ਆਪੇ ਸੁਣੈ ਬੇਨੰਤੀ। ਪੂਰਾ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਮੇਲ ਮਿਲਾਵੈ, ਸਭ ਚੂਕੇ ਮਨ ਕੀ ਚਿੰਤੀ। ਹਰ ਹਰ ਨਾਮ ਅਵਖਦ ਮੁਖ ਪਾਇਆ, ਜਿਨ ਨਾਨਕ ਮੁਖ ਵਸੰਤੀ। ਪੂਰਾ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਮੇਲ ਮਿਲਾਵੈ, ਸਭ ਚੂਕੇ ਮਨ ਕੀ ਚਿੰਤੀ। ਹਰ ਹਰ ਨਾਮ ਅਵਖਦ ਮੁਖ ਪਾਇਆ, ਜਿਨ ਨਾਨਕ ਸੁਖ ਵਸੰਤੀ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਸ੍ਰੀ ਦਰਬਾਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਹੁਕਮਨਾਮਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ from Sri Sachkhand Harmandir Sahib today has been blessed to us by Guru Arjun Dev Ji Sache Paatshah Ji in Sorat Raag. Guru Arjun Dev Ji Paatshah Ji, they say to us that Gai bahor bandee chhorr nirankaar dukhdaaree. Sangat Jiyo, so this very relevant for what's just happened, especially for those of you that are watching this in UK, that last night, yesterday, the 23rd of March, the Prime Minister actually more or less said that there will be a lockdown now in place in UK. So how does this relate so much to what's actually happened and is happening in so many other countries, which is what is happening in India, and more or less that's the direction so many other countries are now taking. Lockdown meaning, Sangatji, of not going outside of your house unnecessarily. And obviously, so I'm not going to go into the details of exactly what's been put in place. I'm sure everybody's been watching and everyone's been reading, but it's more so how this relates to the situation of what's going on. Sadhguru Ji Paatshah talk about Gai bahor. Gai means something that we have lost, something that we had but we haven't got anymore, something that we've completely lost and isn't in our hands anymore. So Gai, and then Paatshah bahor. Bahor means something that is returned to us, something that is restored back inside of us. So Paatshah Gai bahor, that what you had lost, now you have been given back. It's been restored for you. And Paatshah saying that what was that? Kende bandee chhorr. We've been now removed and taken out of bandee. Bandee means to be imprisoned. Chhorr. Chhorr means to be liberated, to where somebody has opened the doors for us and we can escape now. And Sangatji, often when we're experiencing something like this, and a lot of people I've been speaking to, especially some of the elderly, including my own mother, that feeling that, you know, can't really leave the house, can't go away, can't go anywhere. It's not that we can't leave the house at all, because obviously there are certain circumstances that we can obviously still leave the house. But generally, a lot of people are feeling restricted, feeling that they're being imprisoned, and it's a very difficult way to be living in just the four walls of your own house. And Sangat, I was speaking to somebody, a Gursikh Pyara, a couple of days ago, and I was saying, look, Veerji, look, you know, you still, and I was about to say to him, Veerji, look at the positives, that, you know, you still got the opportunity to go outside into your garden. But then I just remembered, this Pyara lives in an apartment and he hasn't got a garden, which is something that he mentioned to me some weeks ago. So yes, things might be what we are perceiving to be difficult, things might be feeling as if we're imprisoned and life's completely changed. But Pacha Ji talks to us in this Hukamnama what it actually means to be imprisoned, and what it actually means to be liberated. What is liberation? So at the moment we might feel trapped, but what does it actually mean to be trapped? What does it actually mean to be imprisoned? Sangat Ji, when the likes of Gursikh Pyare, like Bhai Baljit Singh Ji, the likes of Bhai Randir Singh Ji, these beautiful Gursikhs, these Pyare, and then looking at the actual examples of our own Guru Sahibans, of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji Sache Paatshah Ji, Guru Arjun Dev Ji Paatshah Ji, Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Paatshah Ji. And why have I just mentioned all these names? What have they got in common? At some point in their lives, they were actually physically imprisoned. Guru Nanak Dev Ji Paatshah Ji was imprisoned in the jails of Babur. Under the rule of Babur, Guru Nanak Dev Ji Paatshah Ji and Bhai Mardana Ji was also imprisoned. Ek Baba Akal Roop Duja Rababi Mardana. Mere Dhan Sri Guru Sache Paatshah Ji, Guru Arjan Dev Ji Paatshah Ji was kept in the Haveli of Chandu Chha. And we all know, Sangat Ji, that Guru Arjan Dev Ji Paatshah Ji went through 5 days worth of torture. And they were kept within those four walls where Guru Arjan Dev Ji Paatshah Ji was kept. They were not allowed to go out, so they were made captive, they were imprisoned. Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji Paatshah Ji, for however long, they stayed in Gwalior prison. Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji Paatshah Ji was in imprisonment as well. And then when we look at Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Paatshah Ji, उन्होंने पिंजे विच रखा गया in Chandni Chowk in Delhi. They were kept in such a cage where Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Paatshah Ji couldn't lift their head up completely, otherwise, because there was suhe, there were spikes. Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Paatshah Ji couldn't even move around in this cage freely because there were spikes on either side. If we look at Bhai Baljit Singh, Pyare Bhai Baljit Singh, he went into jail as well. Bhai Randir Singh was imprisoned as well. But one thing they've all got in common, Sangat Ji, they may have physically been imprisoned, but the truth is, where their mind was concerned, not for one moment did they feel imprisoned. So Sangat Ji, I ask for forgiveness as well for the Katha being late today. So Das as well, I haven't been feeling too great health-wise in the past couple of weeks, and then just more so in the last few days. So I myself got a Kong as well, a cough, and then just been feeling really tired, and that's why I struggled to even get here and sit here today. But Satguru Ji Paatshah Ji has given me the strength to be here, to be serving the Sangat, and that's my ardas, that Sadhguru Ji Paatshah Ji keeps giving me this strength. So please forgive me, Sangat Ji, and give me your blessings that I continue to do this seva. So mere Garib Nath Sache Paatshah, all these Gursikhs, Guru Sahibans have got this in, it's something they've all got in common. But if we look at Sangat Ji, if we look at Bhai Baljit Singh, we still got his letters today that he would write to Gursikhs, and Gursikhs would write to him saying, can't believe Bhai Sahib Ji, you've been imprisoned, you've been captured, and you're in this confined space. Bhai Sahib Ji says, no, don't, this is absolutely not. It's just this body that is in this space. And they said that I thank Maharaj Ji for giving me this opportunity. That whatever opportunity Maharaj Ji brings to me, I thank Maharaj Ji. So whether it be I'm having to be on a battlefield, whether it be I'm training the Gursikhs of how to use arms, whether I'm there outside, whether I'm doing Katha, whether I'm doing Kirtan, whether I'm in this prison, I'm thankful at all times. It doesn't matter where Sadhguru Ji Pacha Ji puts me, it's about how I take this opportunity. Because Bhai Baljit Singh said that these four walls cannot bound my mind. I can still sit here and enjoy that fragrance of Raat Kathuri Vandiye Sutya Milena Pao, of actually waking early in the morning and still connecting to Vaheguru Ji's name. That cannot be taken away from me. Even if somebody doesn't let me sit down and practice Naam, but nobody can take away Naam from inside of my mind. Because Sangat Ji, they were not imprisoned within their mind. Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji Pacha Ji, even being in that Gwalior, they created this beautiful atmosphere inside of that prison. What did they do? They still had morning Diwan. They still did Asa Diwarda Kirtan in the morning. Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji Pacha Ji still gave Upadesh, gave teachings to the other prisoners that were actually prisoners. So they did not feel imprisoned at all. So Sangaji, when circumstances of our life changes, we start to feel that we're in prison now, that we've been trapped now, even though we've got access to the whole world through our devices, through these phones, but we're still feeling it, that we're still struggling. But nahi pyareo, and some people are feeling that they're starting to feel depressed. But I'll share my own experience with the Sangat for yesterday. Yesterday, normally, it was Das's birthday, it was Das's Janamdin, and normally how I would celebrate is with that we'd do Kirtan at home. And I think I can't remember the last time that I didn't actually do that. So it was one of the first years where, for many years, where I didn't get that opportunity to sit down and my Veer Bhai Rajan Singh to come down and to do Kirtan. But Sangat Ji, Guru Sahib Ji, Vaheguru Ji did something amazing. They changed the weather, the sun was out, and it's looking at, okay, the opportunities that we have got. It's appreciating that. And I myself sat in the garden soaking the sun and being in appreciation of Vaheguru Ji for letting the sun be out today. So Sangat Ji, Pacha is talking about gay bahor, bandee chhorr, that Guru Sahib Ji, that Vaheguru Ji through the Guru liberates us from being imprisoned. So what does it really mean to be imprisoned? Pacha Ji here tell us, they say gay bahor, bandee chhorr, nirankaar, dukhdaaree. That nirankaar, that formless Vaheguru Ji works through mysterious ways, works through many different ways, and sometimes it could be through a Gursikh, it could be through a friend, it could be through Guru Sahib Ji themselves, through Guru's Bani, that they actually come and liberate us from this imprisonment of our own mind. And dukhdaaree Sangat Ji means jira dheeraj den wala, that Vaheguru Ji that gives us that haunsala, that support, that gives us that dheeraj. Sangat Ji means when we need that uplifting. And then Sadhguru Ji Pacha says, Karmana jana, dharmana jana, lobhi maya tari. And why I've gone on to the next pankti without explaining what it is that we may be imprisoned by, because in the next pankti, Pacha Ji tell us what that might be. Karmana jana, dharmana jana. They're saying, I don't even know what karma is. Karma here translates not just to mere action, but good actions. I myself is such a lowly person that I don't even know what a good action is. Karma na jana, dharma na jana. Dharma means I don't even know what righteousness is. I don't even know what it means to live within a boundary and to be righteous. Why and what is my true state? And why is why is Bhaji talking in this way? Because they're saying that these are for those people that the world looks upon them, looks up to them, because they see them to be those religious and inspiring people. Bhaji is saying, but my true state here, talking for us, that I don't even know what a good action is. I don't even know the actual essence of dharam, of righteousness. But saying lobby maya tari, that's my true state from inside. I am lobby, I am greedy. Maya tari, that I am somebody that constantly takes on. Tari means to take on. Maya meaning I am greedy for this illusionary world. Illusionary world, something that isn't even permanent. I'm actually completely greedy for this world. But saying Naam Paryo Bhagat Govindaka, they're saying, but what do people call me? Naam Paryo Bhagat Govindaka. People call me the servant, Bhagat, sorry, people call me the devotee, Bhagat, of who? Of Govind, of the Master of the Universe, of Vaheguru Ji. Naam Paryo, that's the name that people now know me by. Saying that Eta Bhagat, he's a great devotee, and this happens many times, Sangaji. I know how many times I felt this, and Sangaji, I've never been shy to share with the Sangat my own difficulties of my life, of going through depression and anxiety myself in these last 3 years, and I've shared that clearly with the Sangat. But then Sangaji, then there's so many people, there's so much Sangat that still will call me Eta Bhagat. Oh, he's a great devotee. He's a great inspirational Gursik, and I'm thinking, oh my God, you know, Bhaji just given me this gift and quality to be able to understand Bani to whatever extent and share it with the Sangat, but I'm no Bhagat. And then, but so I can relate to this when Bhaji is saying here, Naam Paryo Bhagat Govindaka, when your name is known to be a Bhagat, everyone's saying that, look, Eta Vaheguru Ji da Bhagat, yeah. And then Bhaji is saying, Naam Paryo Bhagat Govindaka, eho rakho paj tumari, Bhaji sings eho rakho paj. Then there's an ardas that comes out of this. There's a pukar. There's a cry that comes out. There's a plead that comes out of this. And that cry and plead is what? Hey Satguru Ji, Greedwa Sache Path Ji, Hey Vaheguru Ji, Hey Satguru Ji. And that plead is what? That Rakho Paj Tumari, that keep your honor in place. Sangaji, look how amazing this is. I'm not saying save my honor. I'm not saying keep my honor. I'm saying Vaheguru Ji, you make sure you keep your honor in place. Yes, Satguru Ji, you make sure you keep your honor in place. What does that even mean? Let me explain this. I'll take this on personally, and it'll help to understand even more. Sangat Ji, that means that, for example, that somebody knows me as the Gurs of a Sikh of Guru Nanak. So I'm saying that people are calling me, oh, what a great Sikh of Guru Nanak. But I know that inside, I am nothing of what Sangat thinks I am. I'm completely lowly. I'm a mess myself. So I now say, Hey Guru Nanak Dev Ji, Path Ji, Rakho Paj Tumari. You make sure you keep your honor saved, Guru Nanak Dev Ji. Pyaryo, this is absolutely amazing what Satguru Ji Path Ji is saying to us. It's saying that when I know my real state, and Sangat Ji, sometimes we're so blind, hum andale and bikhe bikhrate kyo chal hai gur chali. We're saying hum andale, I'm ignorant, I'm blind, hum andale and I'm completely and utterly blind. Hum andale and bikhe, I'm entangled in bikhe, in poison. Bikhe bikhrate, rate means completely imbued, not by naam, by the poison of this world, by the poison of nindya, of constantly slandering. This is my life. Hum andale and bikhe bikrate kyo chal hai. But Sangat Ji, how lucky are we? How fortunate are we to even recognize that this is my state, to say karma na jana, dharma na jana. No, I don't know what I'm doing. Lobhi maya tari. Yes, I am greedy for this illusionary world. But from that, but because now people think that I am a Bhagat, I am a true devotee. People think I am a great Gursikh of Guru Nanak Pacha Ji. So I'm saying, Guru Nanak Dev Ji Pacha Ji, it's your honour at stake. So I'm crying, pleading from inside, Pacha Ji, keep my honour. Meaning, when I'm saying keep your honour, I'm saying that your honour is kept, making sure that I actually become pure inside. I actually do become that Bhagat. I'm saying, hey Vaheguru Ji, hey mere Guru Nanak Dev Ji Pacha Ji, jo menu lok samjhde ne, hey mere sache Pacha Ji, menu asal vich ohi bana do. Pacha Ji, what people think I am, what the Sangat thinks I am, this great Gursikh, this Bhagat, hey Guru Nanak Pacha Ji, menu asal vich oho jiha Gursikh bana do tusi. Make me into that, please do make me into that Gursikh. And that's how your honour will be kept here, Guru Nanak Dev Ji Sache Pacha Ji. Pacha is saying, the imprisonment is of this greed. So if greed has got hold of us, if greed is controlling us, then it doesn't matter, Sangat Ji. We could be sat, it doesn't matter where we sat. This lockdown might not be in place. We can be out in the open. We could be in front of 1 million people. It makes no difference. But from inside, if greed has got hold of us, then Sangaji, that's what it means to actually be in prison. Sangaji, this is our opportunity now. There's no excuse to get our routines in place and actually sit and meditate on Vaheguru Ji and practice that compassion where it's most difficult to practice. Sometimes, Sangaji, it's difficult to go into a Gurdwara Sahib and do seva. There's many Gurdwara Sahibs that have been closed. Well, it's been declared that for all places of worship to be closed. And Sangat Jiyo, and so I'm sure most Gurdwara Sahibs now will be closed and the doors will not be open to the Sangat. And many of us, the way we live our life is to serve at the Gurdwara Sahib, to serve Prashada and wash the dishes and clean the shoes. But Sangatji, this is that time now where our challenges are at the peak, because the people that we are comfortable with, that are sitting at home, which are our parents, our children, our wife, this is our opportunity now to see how much do we run forward to actually wash the dishes at home. How much do we now take opportunity of this time to actually say, you know what, let me take the shoes, the jode of my own wife, and let me clean them, and let me put their turi, put their dust on my forehead. Let me take my little children's shoes and clean them and put their dust on my forehead. Let me see what I can do. Let's take this opportunity, the perfect opportunity of spring cleaning. Weather's beautiful, Sangatji. Let's start spring cleaning. Let's do what we can. Let's serve each other at home. Let's give that partner that massage that we've been putting off, because our partner, whether it be a wife, she's going through her time of month, she's on her period, and before we've never batted an eyelid, not cared, but actually going out our way to get her that hot water bowl, to actually giving her that massage that she needs so she can be comforted. Let's see how we can do seva at home now. And then Sangaji, when my wife isn't on a time of month, I would like something back as well. I'm always ready. I'd like my head to be just, meaning I'd love a bit of oil in my head and a nice little head massage. This is our opportunity now to serve each other, to actually do what we did at where it's most difficult, the people that we're most comfortable with, those who's gonna get off that sofa first and actually say, don't worry, I'll take care of this, I'll do this today. Sangatji, let's not be trapped, let's not be imprisoned. And this is for me as well, because Sangatji, since I had my breakdown, I became one of the most laziest people in the world, where where one of my most favorite things to do at home was wash the dishes, and I don't wash them as often anymore. But this is now my opportunity to actually see that, am I able to then live up to that name of what people actually think I am? Saying such, I'm truly now sitting here doing ardas, saying Satguru Ji Pacha Ji rakho paj tumari, that save your honor by giving me, this fool, this idiot, the the ability, the understanding to actually serve my family that is sitting at home here today. So Satguru Ji Pacha Ji is saying here today that Har Jio Nimaniya Tuman. Hey Vaheguru Ji, you are that one that Har Jio Hey Vaheguru Ji Nimaniya, those that have no honor, Tuman, you are the honor for those that are honorless. Pacha Ji, Nichijiyan Cheej Kare Mera Govind. Hey Pacha Ji, those that feel that they are unworthy. So many people feel like that today in today's world. They feel that I'm no good, I'm unworthy. But no, Pyareo, there's one thing where we beat ourselves up. But no, always remember, Nichijya Cheej Kare Mera Govind. But Vaheguru Ji takes over. My Satguru Ji Guru Nanak Dev Ji Pacha Ji steps in and becomes the support of those that feel that they are unworthy. Nichijya cheej kare mera govind teri kudrat kau kurban. That I'm a sacrifice to your kudrat, to your shakti, to your power. Hey Vaheguru Ji Akal Purkh Ji, Sangat Jiyo, those that are honorless, those that have been thrown out, those that feel that they've got no place, those that feel that they are unworthy. Sangat Ji, I often think, and I can almost picture it in my mind now when my Satguru Ji Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji Sache Pacha Ji, they are walking through the mountains of Kashmir, and mere Pacha no, they hear a baby crying, and they say to the Gursikh, and the Gursikho, Vekho kaun ronda pe aaje, who is it that is crying? The Gursikhs go and see, they say, no Pacha, there's no one crying, there's just some puppies making some noise. There's some dogs and these little puppies, they're making noise, and they're all little, they've made this little circle. Pacha Ji se kende nahi vekho jaake kende nimane pyareo harju nimaniya tu maan. My Satguru Ji Pacha Ji Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji Pacha Ji becomes the honor of those that are honorless, becomes those that gives them that blanket, that gives them that asara, that support, those that feel natije, those that feel that they are completely unworthy. My Satguru Ji Pacha Ji takes them and embraces them. But first we've got to actually be in that place. We've got to be as low as that from inside. When we're as low as that from inside, when we actually feel it, not feel that, you know what, yeah, I might not be what people call me, but you know what, it's okay, I'm getting away with it. It's okay, yeah, okay, I might not be that good, but at least I do this. Not justifying my own negative actions. Not thinking, yeah, it's alright, I'm getting away with it. No, Sangat Jiyo, like I said the other day, Ogan apne agge rakho, always put your faults on the table, and then never be afraid of doing that, and say, Sangat Ji, show me the way, bless me, Sadhguru Ji, show me the way. When we actually say that I am that, main nirgune aare, ko gun nahi. When I say hum papi, I am a papi, tum paap khandan, but you, I know, but this isn't negative. Because this is saying, I know you are the destroyer of sinners, of sin. That Niko Thakur Desa, Tum Sab Saje, Saj Navaje, Jio Pend De Prana, Nirgune Aare, Gun Nahi Koi. I'm saying, Mata Nirgune Aare, Gun Nahi Koi. I'm actually saying that I've got no qualities, Sache Pacha Ji, Nirgune Aare, Gun Nahi Koi. Tum Daan Deho, Meherwana. But you give me the gift. Hey Vaheguru Ji, you give me qualities. Hey Meherwana, hey merciful Vaheguru Ji. When we are like that, Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji Pacha kende nahi Gursikho, jaake vekho, kende ye awaaz roon di awaaz kitho aa rahi hai mere pyareo. Now my beloved Gursikhs, where is this crying voice coming from? I'm telling you, it's the cry of a little child. It's not just those puppies that you're saying. ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਵੇਖਿਆ, the Gursikhs went over, ਪਿਆਰਿਓ. They went and they looked over and they moved the little puppies away, and they saw that it's a little child sitting there, all dirty because the dogs and the puppies had been licking this child's face. This little child is sitting there, just lying there, Sangat Ji maaf karna. And what they saw is the little baby, but this little baby has these two teeth and almost like looking like this Rakshas, like this demon. And they got a bit startled, they got a bit afraid of this child and looking at this child all dirty. ਕਹਿਣ ਲੱਗੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਬਾਦਸ਼ਾਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਬੱਚਾ ਆ ਛੋਟਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ there's a little baby here ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਹਰਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਅੱਛਾ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਅੱਛਾ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਬੱਚਾ ਆ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਫਿਰ ਚੱਕ ਕੇ ਲਾਇਓ and they picked up ਹੁਕਮ ਮੰਨਿਆ ਬੱਚੇ ਨੂੰ ਚੱਕਿਆ they've embraced that child the Gursikhs have ਤਾਂ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਲੈ ਆਹਾ ਮੇਰੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਹਰਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਪਿਆਰਿਓ ਆ ਵੇਖੋ ਹਰ ਜਿਉ ਨਿਮਾਣਿਆ ਤੂੰ ਮਾਨ those that are honorless, those that feel that they're being thrown out, patit udaran, those that feel that I'm a sinner, udaran, but Vaheguru Ji, you are the savior of those sinners. Hey mere Greeb Nath Sache Paatshah, har anath ke nath, those that are orphans, those that feel that they are masterless, they have got nobody, but when we reach that place, hum nirguni aare, gun nahi koi, ape ਤਰਸ ਪਿਓਈ ਤਰਸ ਪਿਆ ਮਹਿਰਾਮਤ ਹੋਈ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਸੱਜਣ ਮਿਲਿਆ but ਪਿਆਰਿਓ but when that moment comes that when Vaheguru Ji takes pity on us when he sees that ਬੱਚਾ ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਰੋਂਦਾ ਪਿਆ ਜੇ ਬੱਚਾ ਪਿਆਰਿਓ ਗੁਰੂ ਹਰਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਆਪਣੀਆਂ ਬਾਹਾਂ ਅੱਗੇ ਕਰਕੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹਰ ਜੀਵ ਨੇ ਮਾਣਿਆ ਤੂੰ ਮਨ ਦੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਕਰੇ ਮੇਰਾ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਤੇਰੀ ਕੁਦਰਤ ਕਉ ਕੁਰਬਾਨ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਇਹ ਬੱਚਾ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਬਾਹਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੱਖ ਦੋ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ put this child in my arms ਤਾਂ ਕਹਿਣ ਲੱਗੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਪਿਆਰੇ ਗੁਰਸਿੱਖ ਕਹਿਣ ਲੱਗੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਇਹ ਬੱਚਾ ਤਾਂ ਬੜਾ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕੁਥੜਾ ਜੇ ਬੜਾ ਗੰਦਾ ਜੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ this child is filthy ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ how can we put this child in your immaculate beautiful arms and your chola will get dirty ਮੇਰੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਹਰਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਬਚਨ ਮੰਨੋ ਸਿੱਖੋ and listen to my order ਕਹਿੰਦੇ put this child in my arms ਪਿਆਰਿਓ ਜਦੋਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਬੱਚਾ ਮੇਰੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਹਰਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਬਾਹਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੱਖਿਆ ਆ ਤੇ put the child in ਗੁਰੂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕੌਣ ਕਹਿਣ ਲੱਗਾ ਗੁਰੂ ਹਰਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਠੇਕ ਤੇ ਹਜ਼ੂਰੀਆ ਉਸ ਬੱਚੇ ਦਾ ਮੂੰਹ ਸਾਫ਼ ਕੀਤਾ ਕਹਿਣ ਲੱਗੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਗੁਰਸਿੱਖੋ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕੌਣ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਇਹ ਕੁਥਰਾ ਆ who saying this ਬੱਚਾ this child is filthy ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਇਹ ਕੁਥਰਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਿਆਰਿਓ ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਸੁਥਰਾ ਜੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ this child is ਸੁਥਰਾ is immaculate is pure ਮੇਰੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਹਰਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਕਹਿਣ ਲੱਗੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਸੁਥਰਾ he is pure because ਗੁਰੂ ਹਰਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ looking at this child from inside they can see his karam they can see who this child is going to become ਮੇਰੇ ਉਹ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਗੁਰਸਿੱਖ ਸੀਗੇ ਨਾ ਉਹ ਇੰਨੇ ਪਿਆਰਿਓ ਇੰਨੇ ਨਿਮਰਤਾ ਵਾਲੇ ਦਾ ਮਿੱਠ ਬੋਲੜਾ ਜੀ ਹਰ ਸੱਜਣ ਸੁਆਮੀ ਮੋਰਾ ਦਾ ਮਿੱਠਤ ਨੀਵੀ ਨਾਨਕਾ they had so much humility those Gursikhs said to Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਹਰਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਝੂਠੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਹੀ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ we went wrong as well we went false as well we did say the truth that he was dirty ਕਹਿਣ ਲੱਗੇ ਮੈਂ ਉਹ ਗੁਰਸਿੱਖ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਪਰ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸੱਚ ਤਾਂ ਇਹ ਹੈ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ the truth is this ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਬਾਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆ ਜਾਵੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਉਹ ਫਿਰ ਕਦੀ ਕਥਰਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਰਹਿ ਸਕਦਾ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਸੁਥਰਾ ਹੋ ਹੀ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ those Gursikhs said ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ the truth is that whoever comes into your arms ਗੁਰੂ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ how can they remain filthy how can they remain completely dirty no ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ whoever comes into your arms ਕਹਿੰਦੇ they become pure because that is your nature patit udaran you are the savior of the sinners hey Greeb Nath Sache Paatshah Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji Paatshah Ji that is what the Guru does for us when we reach that point and when we reach that point pyareo that rahao jaisa balak bhai subhai then it doesn't matter that just like that jaisa balak just like that innocent child bhai subhai in that child in their innocence lakh aparad kamave they commit hundreds of thousands of sins kamave and hundreds of thousands of sins that they've done par kar upadesh chidke bahu bhanti par pyareo that the father of that child scolds that child chidke shouts at that child tells that child how to become a better person in so many different ways that father tries. But even after shouting, even after doing everything, what does that father do? Bahor pita gal lave. That father again embraces that child. Just like by Mahasingh, left Guru Gobind Singh Ji Paatji when the Khalsa, when the army of the Khalsa needed those gold Sikhs at that pinnacle point, when they were needed the most, they left Guru Gobind Singh Ji Paatji. They even wrote that Guru Gobind Singh Ji Paatji, you aren't our Guru, you are not our Guru, we are not your Sikh. They wrote that on a piece of paper. But even then, Guru Gobind Singh Ji Paatji such that picks up by Mahasingh Ji when they came back and they gave their life on the battlefield, and then Guru Gobind Singh Ji Paatji picks up Bahor Pita Gal Lave. The Guru embraces that Gursikh and doesn't look at the past at all, like we said yesterday, because the Guru Sahib Ji side Mera Neet Nava, that Jaisa Balak Pai Subai Lak Aparad Kamave, that Kar Upades Chidke Bopanti Bahor Pita Gal Lave. But the Guru embraces that child again, Pyareo. We make so many mistakes. We think that what I've done is unforgivable. But Pyareo, the truth is, Jera aag deg ke aajave, that har pareo swami ke dware, nanak greeb teh pya dware. But if we come falling at our Guru's feet, the Guru will bahor pita gal lave, pichhle ogan bakshale. Guru Sahib Ji will forgive all our past actions based on one thing, Prab aage marg pave, that we make the effort to walk forward. Now, exactly what we were speaking about yesterday, Sadhguru Ji Paatji saying, this is our opportunity to remain the way, whatever situation we have been put in today, whether it be those NHS workers that are on the front line of serving those patients that are suffering. Pyareo, this is it. We don't know what it's going to be, what it's going to take for us to actually get to God. We've been running around trying so many things to find peace, happiness, to find God. Today it might be the opportunity of that doctor where he's serving and knowing that his life is at risk. That doctor is experiencing Vaheguru Ji. That doctor is breaking down that home, breaking down that ego, and is now opportunity to embrace Vaheguru Ji and meet Vaheguru Ji. This is our opportunity through our children, through our families, through our parents, through our partners, is serving them like you are God. This is it. This is it for me now. And finding God through the means and the ways in the situations we've been put in today, Pyareo. Har antar jami sab bid jana. That Vaheguru Ji is antarjami, is the inner knower of all. Sab is the entire state of our mind. We can try and hide it from the world. We cannot hide it from Vaheguru Ji. So who do you expect me to go and tell that this is what my state is, when Vaheguru Ji actually knows what my state is anyway? That kahane, so meaning, don't think that we can escape. Don't think that nobody knows, because Vaheguru Ji knows. And that in that way, pache kahane kathan na pije gobind, that Vaheguru Ji is not pleased by us just talking the talk. That kahane kathan, ek firhe kinere karhe gallan galli kinera paya. Pachi saying you're not going to get there through just mere talking. We might be able to sell ice to those people that live in those places that is full of snow and ice. But Pyareo, the truth is, we might have the gift of the gab, but we cannot fool Vaheguru Ji. Vaheguru Ji is not pleased by our mere talks. It's about the actions we do. Sangat Ji, I might talk about love. Love is this, give you all the definitions, give you all the fancy terminologies. This means this means that. But the truth is, Pyareo, such that Ana, when I look at some of the other inspirations within my own household, I sit on the chair and I give these beautiful descriptions and I give my children hugs all the time. But the true people are those that are there actually with pyar, is not talking but is making the food for the children, is actually going and serving constantly day and night is doing that work and serving in whichever way they can. They're not talking the talk, they're actually walking the walk. So pyareo, it's our opportunity to get on with it. It's even more difficult for those like us, because those that speak about it, the test comes even greater, and we are the ones that often fail, that talk about these things the most. But I tell you what, I look around in my own household and I can see those inspirations that don't talk about love, but are actually showing what love is and just getting on with it and actually serving. So pyareo, that our oat har bhave paj rakhaiye, that Pacha ji, that if it's pleasing to you, then you will keep my paj, my honor. Our oat mein sagli dekhi, I've seen and I've looked at and I've tried and tested all the other supports. Ek teri oat rahaiye, but now I take only your support, Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji, Pacha ji, just like that Bhai Sutre Shah did. And Har Dayal Kirpal Prabh Thakur, hey Vaheguru Ji, you are compassionate, you are Kirpalu Prabh Thakur, Ape Sune Benanti, please listen to my Benanti, please listen to my cries and my begging. Vaheguru Ji, Pura Sadguru Mel Malave, please, how will I know that you've listened to my Benanti? You will unite me with the true perfect Guru, Sab Chuke Man Ki Chinti, and will take away all the anxieties of my mind. Har Har Naam, Avakad Mukh Paya, you will give me the medicine. Avakad means medicine. You will give me the medicine of Vaheguru Ji's name, Har Har Mukh Paya. You will actually put it, you will actually instill it into my mouth, upon my tongue. It is you that gives me even the ability to recite God's name. Jana Nanak Mukh Vasanti, Sukh Vasanti Maaf Karna. And when I surrender to my Guru, and then I will start to reside in absolute sukh, in true happiness. So itniyan beintiyan Prabhan, ek nahi par aneka hi galtiyan ho giyan han. Anjaan bacha samjh ke bakhsh dena. Sadguru Ji Pacha Ji, Gareeb Nawaz, Deen Dayal, Duniya de Pacha Ji, Kripa Karan, kisi aap ji de bachna upar tur sakiye, that we are able to walk upon this path that you have laid out for us, Sadguru Ji Pacha Ji. So aao bhulna chukka maaf, sari sangat gaj waj ke baksho asis ta aakho ji. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh. गई बहोड़ बंदी छोड़, गई बहोड़ बंदी छोड़, निरंकार दुखदारी, निरंकार दुखदारी, निरंकार दुखदारी, निरंकार दुखदारी, गई बहोड़ बंदी छोड़, गई बहोड़ बंदी छोड़, निरंकार दुखदारी, वाहेगुरु निरंकार दुखदारी. वाहेगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहेगुरु जी की फतेह.